In this video, I am going to explain the importance of embracing the unseen and the hidden because oftentimes society likes to portray a persona of showing out and being glamorous and being front stage. And if you're not front stage, if you're not showing out, if you're not being glamorous or anything in between, then what are you doing? But in my defense, I find that you can get more work done, you can show out more in the hidden spaces. And that's because the darkness always creates more than the light. A lot of creations come from the darkness, just like in the Bible, how it says how God uh, created from out of nowhere. Once it was dark, then it was light. All of that came from behind the scenes. You can't get creation from light. I've never seen it done. It's always from within, it's always from the unseen, the hidden. I never seen it outwards. I never seen it done outwards. Even like the growing of plants and trees, vegetables, fruits, it's always underneath, under the ground, not seen at all. And then out of nowhere, it just comes about, right? So, knowing all of this, knowing how everything that's ever been created has been created from the unseen, to me, that is why it should be embraced more. Because as a creator, right, it's like you could get pressured to hurry up and put your stuff out there. If you're not showing out, if you're not, doing whatever, then what are you doing, right? But the more you try to create from like the outer source, like showing everybody what you're doing and creating it on the spot, like front center, it doesn't come out as great. But when you pull back, when you go behind the scenes, when you are in your studio or in your room and you really get into it, that's where that juice and all that comes in, that flavor. Everything is best created in the unseen. Something about it. I guess you're not you're in your most authentic like space because nobody sees what you're doing. Nobody knows what you're up to. You're not coming from a judgmental place. Nobody's judging you. You can really create from that source. Just like God in the Bible, when he, she, it, whatever created everything, right? It had nothing, no one to judge it, he, she, whatever. This God force was the only thing. Like, this God force had nothing or no one to, you know, check in and make sure that does this look good? Does that look great? Stuff like that. It had nothing to go to be judged or whatever, be looked at. It just came from the source, that source. So yeah, that's what the unseen is. It carries that source, that that thing that nobody else sees but you, that ultimate power. Yeah, I'm going somewhere with this. It comes from that that spark. And then from there you create life. You create whatever it is that you're creating. Me, so far I written a darker version of a Cinderella story. I did not tell nobody I was doing that until it came out. Um I just wrapped up right in the part 2. I'm in the middle of getting that edit, and I'm also writing a horror book. So this year I've been writing 2 books, and it doesn't look like I'm doing anything because, 1, I only have 1 book right now to show for what I'm doing, but the other 2 is still in the unseen. So it could look like I'm not doing anything, but I am. And if I was to rush the process, if I was to, you know, keep, talking about it to, like, right, I mean, I'm talking about it on YouTube, of course, but like to family, friends, whatever, it would never get done, at least the way I want it to get done. And even though I'm talking about it on here, this is a channel where I'm pacing things. I don't feel pressure or anything. So, creating from the unseen, the hidden spaces, it's so important to embrace that because that's where true creation lies. I've never seen it, like I said, I've never seen it done in the lights. And the more you try to create from the scene, it's never going to be seen the way you want it to be seen, if that makes sense. I mean, you can get creation from the scene, of course, but here's the tricky thing. Oftentimes, that leads to copying. You see something that you like and you replicate it, versus maybe you see something and then you go within and you internalize it into something different. Just like, for instance, okay, you have McDonald's, you have Burger King, you have Wendy's. I don't eat fast food, especially I haven't had McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and over, I don't know, 12 years. I don't eat that stuff, but I'm just using it as an example. They all mimic each other in ways because they all sell burgers and fries, but at the same time, they do something different that's like uniquely theirs. And that's why you can separate McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Each person got inspiration from the last person and took that in and created something totally new, whether it is the way they market or the way they do things. Even though took certain inspirations, all make burgers and fries, they all do something, you know, different in a way that makes it uniquely theirs, if that makes sense. So creating from the light, it's like you see what you see, you get inspiration from that. Oftentimes you copy. But when you go from within, you go into that unseen, the hidden and stuff like that, it's different. You're stepping into that source and you're creating something entirely, unique that nobody else can take away and steal away. Even if they mimic, it's not going to be the same. Like, nobody can ever take from somebody like a Michael Jackson. He was one of one, and he created a lot from the unseen and manifested a lot from the unseen. So there's that. So embracing the hidden and the unseen is so important, especially, if you're into this type of stuff. Like, I love talking about like dark philosophy and receiving downloads from the nighttime and stuff like that. It's you're stepping into that source, and that's the power.